Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Meet the Actor. I'm with actress Donna Hamblin.
Hey, everyone.
So, how did you first get into acting? Is your start-off question?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, first, let me say hi to everyone, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Everybody watching and listening to this, and thank you for joining us. And just to let people know, my allergies are going bananas again. It's a constant thing. So if you see me neurotically drinking out of my cup, you know why. So, okay, sorry about that.
Now the disclaimer's put in the way.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Hey, I have to save myself somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, back to your question. How did I get into acting?
Yeah.
Well, it goes way back to my childhood. Even though I wasn't involved in it then, I come from a family of entertainers. My father was a musician. My grandmother did some like background acting for John Wayne movies. So it kind of, I was around it in one way or another in my childhood. And I was just different. In my family, I was the one that was out there. I knew from being a little girl that I wanted to be in the entertainment industry one way or another. I really thought I would like end up in the circus because I would do cartwheels and flips all over the place. I was a gymnast to no end. But I moved to Las Vegas when I was 17 years old. And I started doing a little bit of modeling. And I was back then, this is how old I am. We used to have to look through the newspaper to find gigs. There was no internet back then. So I was looking one day and they were auditioning for a movie, local casting here. So I thought, okay, well, it's entertainment. Why not just give it a try? I had no clue what I was doing. I've never acted before. I walked in there. I auditioned. I did not get the part, of course. But they had some other talent scout in there. And they did have an acting coach was in there because he had some of his people. And that's where I found out about his workshop that he was doing. So I signed up for the workshop, and my first day there, I just absolutely fell in love with the craft of it. And there was so much more to it that I had no clue. I thought people just got in the front of the camera and acted. So I learned a lot, and God, that's pretty much where I started and went on from there.
Okay, so what was let's say your first little bit role? So you sort of like, maybe background type character, and what was your first major role?
Are you ready for this? It wasn't on film, it was in theater. And I played the part of Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate.
Oh.
So that was to be performed. Debbie Reynolds, the movie star Debbie Reynolds, everybody knows who she is. She had a local casino here. And she let us use the theater to do what they called them showcases then, where you go on and do tiny scenes and skits and whatnot. She was gracious enough to let us use her casino. And so that was the scene I did on stage my very first time. And it was live in front of an audience at her casino. So I figured that was a good break-in for me. My first film part was, oh gosh, what was it? I think it had to have been, I was labeled a cameo, even though I didn't. I did like maybe one word as a cocktail waitress in a TV series called The Watcher that was filmed here in Las Vegas. So
that was a long time ago.
That was a very long time ago. That was like almost 30 years ago. So yeah, I'm really showing my age here, huh?
You still look good, so don't worry about it. So,
yay! I love you.
So, you kind of went into say, but how long have you been doing it? So, as your sort of professional career as being an actor, how long have you been doing it?
Like I said, almost 30 years. I think 27 years. It's really funny because I look back and there's not a time in my life where I don't remember doing it because it feels like it's been part of my life for so many years, and such a big family ensemble, other than your biological family. So yep, almost 30 years.
Yeah. So what have you worked on that people may recognize you from, currently working on, or potentially, when lockdown's over, plan to work on.
Right, I know. Well, okay, you guys will have to excuse me. I had to make a list because there's a lot. Are we pressed for time or we're
No,
okay?
it's fine. I did look at your IMDb and I thought, wow, there's a lot on there.
Did you see it? Oh my, sorry. Hey, you asked. I'm just
Yeah.
telling you. So, first of all, I will say that this is not exactly in order, but most of these movies that I mentioned, the trailers, so I don't have to keep repeating it, the trailers are mostly on YouTube, or you can find them on my Facebook page or their own website page. So, and all these producers I worked with are fabulous. So like I said, not in any order. Usually a lot of them are on my personal website, which I'll give later.
Yep.
So the first one is Challenge of Five Gauntlets, which was a film done by Len Kabaczynski out of Erie, Pennsylvania, that stars Leo Fong, and Len himself. I got to play Ruby the Aviator. That's released now on Amazon. I believe it was released 2 days ago, so that's really exciting. Evil Under the Skin by Jeffrey Schneider, that stars Ilan Udi. That's out on Maxim Media. That was released. Uncommon Bond, recently released 2 weeks ago. Joe Sherlock from, I think, what is the name of his? I'm having a hard time. Forgive me, Joe. I'm having a hard time remembering the name, but it's Joe Sherlock. If you look him up or look it up, like I said, you'll be able to see where to purchase it. Hellcat's Revenge 2 is in edit. That was filmed last year. Another film by Len Kabaczynski, starring him and the beautiful Lisa Nild. She's a former Playboy model. That's being edited now, so it's going to be out soon. Dark Lullaby, a film by Michael Rodriguez. It's part of the Last American Horror Show Part 2. Part 1's been released, so that's coming soon. Red versus Wolf is in edit, should be released within the next few months. It may be by Maxim Media, I'm not sure. It's the same producer. And there's Gore Theater 2 and Home Videos 3 and Silent Terror, all by Tony Newton and Sam Mason Bell, that are in your neck of the woods, the UK. I'm very grateful. I've got to do several shorts for them, and it's always such a pleasure and a blessing. Mute is a movie we filmed a few years ago. It's a Stephen King short, and it's part of the $1 Million Baby Club. All right, it's going to be headed to... it's going to be, well, it's in edit, so they're not sure if they're going to send it. I mean, they were talking about, taking it to cons, but so much has changed now, so I'm not sure about that. Alien Wars and Loose Luck are both in edit right now. And I saved this one. Well, actually, Hellcat's Revenge is out as well on Amazon, the first one. Okay. So I suggest you watch the first and then the second. It's a gritty biker movie. I mean, it's gotten a lot of praise. So
it's a bit like those 70s biker revenge type movies, is it?
It is, yes. And that character I got to play, she's so much fun. I had so much fun with that character, my character Rosie. So I've been saving this for last because it might take a little bit. A lot of people are aware of Ted V. Michaels movies, the Ted V. Michaels, and right before he passed away, my friends and producers from Germany, Timo Rose and Nils Heffling, got together with Ted, and Ted co-produced it and did a remake of Corpse Grinders. Mm-hmm. And Ted and I were able to do a cameo in this movie right before he passed away. It was a few months actually before he passed away. It was his last time on film. It was from his original movie, and I've tried to explain it to people, and the only thing I can think that matches the capacity of the remake that they did is it's a nuclear holocaust of the original Corpse Grinders. It's explosive. But God, they did such an amazing job. That trailer was just recently released, I believe, 2 weeks ago. And so the film should be, I saw the raw footage of the whole film, and it's like, it's amazing. It's going to blow people away. So filming soon because of this damn coronavirus. Pact of Vengeance, another Len Kabasinski movie starring Leo Fong and Mickey, forgive me, I can't remember his last name. He was known for the movie Thor. I believe he's signed to do it. I'm not sure. So that's going to be filmed next summer. It's being held off. I was a week away from going back to Tennessee with Sal Lizard to film part 1 of the Vampire Santa movie. It's a 5-part series. That's an amazing, creepy script. It's, I was really looking forward to that. I'm glad he put it off because I would have been stuck in Tennessee during this and not able to get home. I kept getting cancellations on my flight. They're like, "Oh, your flight was canceled." I was like, "Sal, I felt bad for him because he lost money on it, the flight, but it's good that he rescheduled it. The accident is in talks, which I'm hoping we'll go through because I love doing character work. And this woman is definitely a character, and she sprays out in so many different directions of weirdness and creepiness and whole goodness, and she's just really strange, really weird. And so reading the script, I kept coming up with all this stuff in my mind that I absolutely love doing. I love playing hideous. I love that. So hopefully that's going to be filming soon. And I'm supposed to do just a little cameo in Aaron Brocher's film. What is it? Hans Bulletin. That got put off again because of coronavirus. So that's what I know. I mean, if I forgot anything at all, please forgive me, you guys. That's why I had it down. And I probably have like 3 more that I forgot because that's just me,
Well, you've got plenty of plates spinning at the moment, so.
I do, and I'm really ready to get out. This is the first summer that I haven't really filmed. I filmed in January, but this will be the first summer that I have not filmed in a long time, and I really miss it a lot.
I was about to say, was it nice to have a bit of a break, but maybe it wasn't then.
I'll tell you what, I had a 2-month break because of the virus that was going around. So I sat home for 2 months. Well, I did remodel my kitchen. However, my life is so crazy, and I'm not even filming. I'm in the process of moving and this and that, and it's like I don't feel like I sat home for 2 months. I kind of feel cheated, I should be grateful. I mean, thankfully I didn't catch the virus, but I'm like, what the hell, I don't feel rested. But yeah, it is. It's I'm glad that I'm not filming because it's going to be less stress for me to move. But if somebody called me up and said, "Hey, can you film tomorrow?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll be there." Where? New York. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Let me drive. I'll take me 2 days to drive.
So, this as you've been in the business for quite a while, I'm sure you'll have some advice for this. So, what advice do you have for upcoming actors or just people generally want to get into the film industry?
I've said it before. My advice, just with all my experience, all that I've been through, I've never, I mean, people are competitive by nature.
Yeah.
And in this industry, people can be competitive because they really want to move forward in the industry. I completely understand that. I get that. But sometimes when you tend to take it in a competitive nature, it can be a downfall, and it can be very hard on you. So the first thing I would say is to have fun with it. Have fun with your character. If it's competitive out there, if it is, I mean, I had an audition one time for a movie here locally, And I called my friend to tell him. And I said, wow, I had this audition. And actually, I was in the South Pacific, so I missed the audition. I didn't even get to make it. And I was bummed. I said, oh, I had this audition for this. It was a movie series. It was a great part through my agent. And I said, I can't believe I missed it. I'm so mad, you know. And he said, well, why didn't he call me to audition for it? He's my agent, too. I said, probably because it was like a woman. So, you know, just as an example, if you don't get a part, there's so many various reasons. It doesn't mean that you're not good. So don't be hard on yourself, you know. And I've always told people, because I've dealt with this a lot on set with different people, variations, men and women or whatnot, don't be afraid to look hideous. Don't be afraid. It's not a glamorous job all the time. Your character work is where you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have so many actor and actress friends that have more fun with these characters because you can expand so much, you know, and you can dig deep and, you know, it's so, I mean, it's not all glamorous. Have fun with everything that you're given and take it 100%. If it is a glamorous role, yay, that's nice. I mean, it's the hardest part you'll ever play is a normal person. Those are the hardest characters you will ever play. And it's really strange, but it's true. Those are the ones I struggle with the most. So do that. You know, enjoy it. If you're doing it to make money, that could be difficult unless you're already, you know, made it in Hollywood and whatnot. I have several friends that have used it as a career and have done very well with that. But, you know, I chose not to, thank God, because I'd be living on the street. You know, you might get a job twice a year. And just, you know, if you know, let me switch this around. Being in the industry for as long as I have, there's so much enjoyment out of it. Not only are you making movies, creating, using your talent, but there's a family out there that is a group of amazing people. I've met so many amazing actors, actresses that have become my best friends, producers and directors. And it's a wonderful group of people. And again, if you don't take it so competitive, this is like part of the ensemble that you can get into and create and, you know, and make friends. And that's the icing on the cake, as I say.
Yeah. Well, I have a question for you, which I don't believe I sent to you, boss. I'll ask you it anyway. Do you have any plans to do writing your own stuff or that kind of thing?
I have.
Yeah.
I have done my own movie. And no, it's not out there, and I'll explain why. I had a really good friend who, Kelly Garney, he wrote a script for me because I wanted to produce a movie. This is probably about, I'm guessing, 11 years ago.
Whoa.
And I told him kind of what I wanted it. So he wrote it. I produced it. We filmed it twice because the angles and everything, it didn't work out, and I didn't know what I was doing, and so it was hard for me to direct people what to do. I just put up the money and said, we're going to do this and this. God, I'd love to see the script done someday. It didn't work out. There's a lot of actors and actresses and people that I got to do the parts and whatnot. And they asked about it because I said, I'm not going to put something out there that's not good. And I'm definitely not going to put something out there that didn't turn out good with your name on it. So I still have the script. It'd be lovely. It's about a prostitute who befriends a mentally ill person in the bar that she hangs out at. She's a prostitute and a heroin addict. And it's a beautiful, beautiful story. And I hope someday it gets done. I really do. And after that, I said, no more. I like being behind the camera. I'll help out. I'll be a gaffer. I'll, do the slate, whatever I have to do. But writing and directing, it's not my thing. And editing, you could never pay me enough to edit.
Well, you're on your last question now. You've been doing very much of this anyway, but promote yourself. If you have a YouTube channel, promote that, website, whatever it is, it's time to promote.
Oh, yay. Thanks, Pete. Well, of course, you could find me on Facebook with my name, Donna Hamblin. I don't have a YouTube page. I'm not a very technical person. Somebody else does my website for me. My dear friend Luke does. So my website is www.donnahamblin.weebly, weebly.com. You could also IMDb, IMDb. And what else? Gosh, I don't know. Maybe I need to put a big banner in front of my house or something. I'm really terrible at promoting myself.
You're not on Twitter or anything like that, or the other social media things?
I'm not on Twitter. The only social media I'm on is Facebook. I'm on Instagram as well. You can find me on Instagram. I don't want to do Twitter. It's because it's just doing, looking through the social media and whatnot, or you have to answer so many questions and email and whatnot, and it's like I don't want to add any more to it.
You got enough going on. You don't want to do any more, basically.
Yeah, and I never really understood the whole Twitter thing. I just know that people repeat other people's Twitters, and so yeah, Twitter might be okay. There might not be creepy people on it that send you nudes. So I don't know. Maybe it has. Maybe I'll have to check it out, Pete.
Well, I was going to say I don't think you'll escape them anywhere. I think those type of people are everywhere. So
Ain't that the truth? Yeah, that's okay. Whatever. I guess it's better than nothing, right?
Well, on that note, I guess we're ending this this interview. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, and I hope you guys stay safe there in England. And
you.
I hope you have good, yes, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. And thanks everybody for joining and listening to all my quirkiness. And yay, I didn't have a coughing, sneezing allergy fit this whole time. I'm so proud of myself.